Welcome to the most must-watch WSUW YouTube channel in history. Welcome to First Round KO.
Enjoy the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
Howard J. Dingers. And this is 3 Count Review.
welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw edition. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Howard Dingers, and welcome to 3 Count Review, presented by First Round KO, the Monday Night Raw edition. Today I am joined by Tyler Job.
How's it going?
And Callahan Steed.
Hello.
And we actually went to Monday Night Raw last night. It was in Milwaukee. We were in the neighborhood, and we wanted to go.
At the beautiful Fiserv Forum.
At the beautiful new Fiserv Forum, and it is beautiful.
Yeah,
I loved it there. It looked incredible.
I told Cal last night that, what's it like compared to the Bradley Center? Because he was only in the Bradley Center once before. I'm like, dude, it's a 5-time upgrade. And then Cal's reaction, like, yeah, it's definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
So much better.
Yeah, 100%. My first WWE event, my first live event that I went to, I enjoyed. Even though, looking back on it when I got home, it was a completely crap show. It was.
Besides a couple of things, yeah.
Besides a few good things here and there, but
Yeah.
overall terrible Monday Night Raw. But I still had a lot of fun.
They're always fun to go to.
It was
live.
fun.
It doesn't matter if the event's good or bad. Like, if it's on TV, it doesn't matter if it's
Right.
good or bad. They're always fun to go to.
For whatever reason, I was super hyped for the main event tapings, just because it was like, you don't see those people on TV, so then you kind of forgot about them, and then like Titus O'Neil came out. I was like, oh, I was like doing the chant with him, and then Mojo, I was like, I forgot you existed. And then what was the other tag match? The Ascension and Tyler Breeze, which was kind of funny because Tyler Breeze came out, and then Ascension's music hit, and he just kept doing his entrance, but every once in a while he would like look back and like, what are you guys doing here? It was really funny. And then
they kind of bullied him in the match.
I know.
Which is the funny
they were
part.
tagging him in and then tagging him back out. It was really funny.
Using him as a battering
Yeah.
ram.
It's really. And then they faced the B team, which I never thought I would get into the B team's theme, but me and Kiz were both just B team, B team. It was really fun. With Zack Ryder, really cool to see Zack Ryder. I like Zack Ryder a lot, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, we need to dive into this review. There's a lot to talk about here. If my computer would stop, there we go. It's being really slow, but first of all. Overall thoughts on the show. We'll get that out of the way quickly. Without going into too much detail, because obviously we're going to talk about things.
That's just my wild side.
Let's just say if this was not in Milwaukee last night and I watched it on my phone, I probably would have skipped a good hour and a half of it. Much as
Yeah.
it pains me to say that, but yes. Let's just say that what really sucks right now is that Raw is shorthanded on the top guys.
Very shorthanded.
It's really unfortunate timing, too. They badly need Roman Reigns back.
Their top 3 guys won't be on TV for a while.
Roman Reigns,
Roman's gone for...
Lord knows when
yeah.
he's going to come back.
Strowman's gone until probably January now.
Yep.
And God only knows when Lesnar's going to show up. Probably January, too, for the
Yep.
Rumble.
And Cena.
And Cena. Yeah.
Boy, Cena can't come back soon enough, can he? Wow.
It's sad they just haven't, WWE particularly haven't built up any baby faces besides their 2. And now you see with those 2 out, they hurt. Like it shows how much they haven't built up anyone else. It's terrible. Terrible.
It's actually sad.
So, to open up the show, and you actually were saying that you actually like this opening segment.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind it, and we'll get into why it was bad. Because I didn't mind it at the time, but because of what happened later in the night, then I really hate it. Okay, so Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley were all in the ring with Lio Rush, and now this isn't working. But they they just said what they were thankful for because it's, after Thanksgiving. And McIntyre said that he was thankful for... Man, now I can't even remember.
Was it about Strowman? Beating up Strowman?
No, I think that was McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
Corbin, I don't know what he said he was thankful for, but he ripped on the crowd for stuffing their faces over Thanksgiving because we're heels and we don't eat carbs. Like, what? That was weird because they have to maintain peak physical performance. Cool. And then Lashley said that he was thankful for all the beta males in the audience, which I think Vince just learned that word because if you watch back on the broadcast, they said that word quite a bit with Lashley, and they're calling him the Almighty Lashley now. Mm-hmm. All I can think of is Bruce Almighty. That's all. That's what pops into my mind. And then yes, McIntyre said that he was thankful because of the beating they gave Strowman last week. And then Corbin showed the replay of what happened. Corbin says the maimed monster wouldn't be around for a long time. And then they said, since Strowman couldn't be there, we brought a camera crew to him because he's about to get surgery in Birmingham, Alabama. And Strowman, in the earlier today recorded thing, said he would rather be in Milwaukee, babyface, pop. And he said the surgeon has never seen an elbow injury like this before. Just bone spurs, dude.
Yeah.
And he said the surgery is going to be a little longer than it should be because the doctors have never worked on an arm this size before. I did enjoy that.
I kind of like that.
I did enjoy that line.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, he said what happened to him would be nothing compared to what he'll do to the spineless cowards who will get these hands. And then the crowd, we started chanting, "Get these hands," and Corbin goes, yeah, I know, we're gonna get these hands. That was pretty I don't know. Corbin's good. Corbin is a good character. He's really good in this general manager role. He's a very good on-screen performer.
He was antagonizing. I mean, I know we'll get into it later on, but during like the
Yeah.
he was really good at
He was.
the crowd.
He was very well. He was very good at interacting with the crowd.
I didn't like him at first in like his constable role or whatever, but like this past month or so, he's gotten a lot better at it.
He has. The only thing where he lacks is in the ring. We were talking about this. I think me and Tom were talking during the show. He's only got like 3 good spots, which are his deep six, the end of days, and then that thing where he goes under the ring and comes back in and gives him a clothesline. Those are good spots in his matches.
Yeah.
That's about it. His matches then are rest holds.
Literally rest holds.
Just rest holds. Him and Lashley are just rest holds. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So Corbin said his match at TLC with Strowman will go on as expected, but if Strowman can't compete, which it's kind of looking like he can't, then he would win by forfeit and he would be named the permanent general manager. Then he advised everyone in the locker room to choose their side wisely as far as which side of the history that they're going to be on. And then the lights cut out. Yeah. Apparently Renee, when the lights cut out, was like, yes! Like, way before Elias's thing. But yeah. So Elias came out. And Elias said he was tired of hearing Corbin's voice. He said Leo Rush would be a better general manager than Corbin, even though that would violate child labor laws. Another great line. And then he said even Drake Maverick, who I don't think I can say that, who peed himself, would be a better GM than you, Corbin. And then he said he called Bobby, him Bobby Trashley. Mm-hmm. And then Elias, he did his song "Bobby Lashley Sucks," which was incredibly fun to sing along to.
It was great.
That was amazing. That was by far the best part of Raw was Elias by far. Yeah, and then he went to the ring and Bobby Lashley versus Elias. So basically, rest holds. Elias got his comeback, and Oh yeah, so he hits his top rope elbow drop, which is actually a really good elbow drop.
Yes.
I forget about it because he doesn't do it very often, but it's a very good elbow drop. And while the ref is counting, apparently they missed this on TV. It was a bad angle, so all of a sudden the ref just disappears. But Lio Rush pulled him out of the ring. Apparently It was a terrible angle. Lio Rush pulls the ref out of the ring, and the ref calls for a DQ. But then Corbin gets on the mic and says, "Elias, you interrupted me before. I couldn't say this, but this match is a no DQ." So they restarted the match, and Elias actually went on a really good babyface, fending off the heels. He attacked everyone, but then and then he grabbed his guitar and he was gonna use it on Lashley, but then McIntyre came in and stopped him. Lashley stomped on the guitar, and then they just beat the ever living
crap
out of him. Tried really hard not to. I'm not in a good mood after this Raw. They just beat the crap out of him. They did a really good Alabama slam, like a reverse Alabama slam almost, like face first into the stairs. Awesome spot. Lashley did a full lap around the ring to do a spear, and then Lashley flexed on him while he was pinning him in the ring, because I forgot it was still a match while they were doing the beatdown angle.
Yep.
But then they finally pinned him. And this match only went 13. It felt like a lot more than 14 minutes. But anyway, so then Corbin says that he was going to face Balor later that night because that match was announced, which begs to question, why did Finn not come and help Lashley?
Good question.
That's what I was kind of expecting. But
Yeah.
kept it a little bit.
Because they had already announced that match. I don't know. What did you guys think of this match? And the segment beforehand too.
It was a good start to Raw. It got the crowd into it.
Mhm.
It builds sympathy for Elias and makes the heel trio look stronger. And it was a good start to Raw, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I said earlier that Corbin is getting much better in this role. I'm actually starting to enjoy him now. It's like I actually want to hate this guy. But yeah, this is a good start. This is a good first half hour. This is definitely one of the bright spots of the show, easily.
But as we see going through the show, Corbin was on air, on TV, for a full hour of airtime, which is too much, Corbin.
Yeah.
As good as he is, that's too much for most
it's
people.
Just too much for any general manager in general.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate here. He's trying to instill so much power, so he's gonna get maybe a lot of TV time. That's how I think
True.
about it.
I guess.
So you saw the first match. So Bobby Lashley lost by DQ, or last one by DQ. So then Corbin, nah. Restart the match. He wants to instill as much power as he can.
Which he has done that.
It kind of makes sense.
Including the Starrcade event. Oh, and even though this match wasn't on TV, his last 3 matches that he's been involved with have all ended. He has restarted it with new rules.
Yep. He will do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
He did lose the one over at Starrcade to Bray Wyatt, so.
Okay, that's fair.
He did. Wyatt won with a roll up. He restarted the match, but then Wyatt just hit a Sister Abigail to win.
And then finished him off. Okay.
So that's the kind of finish I like, and that's why we'll get into it, I guess, when we go later. But because they got so much heel heat at the end of the show, to balance things out and to make it better heel heat, why not have the baby faces get some sort of get the upper hand here at the beginning of the show, so that the heels can why start off the show heel heat and then do almost the exact same thing to end the show.
Yeah, just with a different superstar.
It didn't make any sense. Backstage, Corbin fired the stagehand because he allowed the lights to go out and Elias to come out. And that stagehand got fired and yelled at so hard that he turned into Alexa Bliss. She said, blah, blah, blah. She offered her help with anything, and Corbin took her up on the offer and put her in charge of the entire women's division. Interesting.
Okay.
I kind of like it.
That's fair.
The only thing I don't like, and people have been bringing this up, it's another heel authority figure. Paige is the only one standing.
That is...
Because even Shane is starting to lean towards that heel.
That's what Vince likes, though. He always likes those heel authority guys.
I like the heel authority figure, but they need to balance it out.
Exactly.
And also, there was another line in there that I thought was odd. where Baron was like, "You're good looking, I'm good looking."
Did he actually say that?
Yeah,
like,
he did say that.
And so like, I didn't know if they were setting up for like a romance angle, or like,
I hope not.
or like Alexa's like trying to like sleep her way to the top or something
Ooh.
like that, which has
Stephanie.
been
That's
accused of her as a wrestler, so they could tie that in maybe somehow. But I'm probably just way overthinking
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It's WWE. You
I
don't have
like-
to explain anything.
I like Alexa in this role since she can't wrestle. She's a
Right.
great promo, so I think she'd be a great authority
I
figure.
think she's done so far a great job. I think this
Yeah.
looks really good too. I mean, like
Mhm.
I like how it's someone overseeing like the women's division too. Like that's actually a woman, and she plays it really well so far.
And then we got. Oh, God. As an isolated segment, this was good. We got Dean Ambrose in the doctor's office.
Oh boy.
Ambrose said that he didn't plan on exposing himself to a dump like Milwaukee, and he was worried about he was worried about being around fans during flu season. Ambrose had a doctor give him different shots for different things. I'm not even going to read those. He had 2 in the arm, and then he had a really big one that had to go into his hip, but he had to pull down his pants because that's funny.
Sure, maybe, yeah. I don't know. Do you think it was funny? I thought
Has
it was
Vince
weird.
turned back into a toddler?
I thought it was weird.
Always has been a toddler.
Oh, it's ridiculous lately. Where did I? Okay. He also didn't want to show up in Houston next week without a rabies shot. Get in that heel heat before you even show up to Houston. God, it's stupid. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins is supposed to be a blood feud, and Ambrose is supposed to be this heel figure who is confused about his morals because of all this thing that has happened with the first Shield reunion, with Roman getting sick, and then he got injured, and now this last Shield reunion where Roman unfortunately had to leave because of his leukemia. And it's supposed to be this complex heel character where he's mad at Seth for turning on him the first time, and they have turned him in to just a generic heel who is ripping on the fans for smelling and for having the flu and doing these comedy doctor sketches when it's supposed to. It's. I just don't get it. It completely devalues his heel turn because now he's just a generic heel who every week is going to say that your hometown sucks.
I don't think it's going to be an every week thing. I think
It seems like it.
I think they're going to go back. I think it was just kind of like a one-time thing because
They did it last week in LA, though.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said he was backstage and he had a handkerchief and he kept going, "What's that smell?" He
Oh,
goes,
yeah, that's
"Is that Seth Rollins' fear?" "No, it's the people here. It's you people in LA." And then he did it again when he went out to the ring. And now he's doing the same thing for Milwaukee.
He wasn't in Milwaukee last night either.
Right.
So I don't know.
He was saying that he didn't want
Yeah.
to be there because he didn't want to catch the flu from you people.
And then he was already ripping on Houston right away.
Yeah. He is already he's saying the you people, this should have nothing to do with fans. He shouldn't even address fans. This should all be directed at Seth Rollins and even Roman Reigns. Like, that's fine. Roman obviously has a say in this feud. They wouldn't be saying this stuff without Roman permission. The thing that he said last week about Roman getting what he deserves. But this should be about Dean and Seth. This should not be about Dean not wanting to be in a city because it smells.
I just noticed your little wristband. I like it.
Thank you. Huge Lies fan, obviously. But yeah. What did you guys think of this segment? Like I said, as an isolated segment, if you just look at it, just this segment, it was funny. It was entertaining.
It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard to describe because maybe I don't know. Maybe they're using him in this way to like in another way besides having blood with Rollins. I don't know. I'm not Vince. I don't make the decisions. Maybe that's my guess. I'm not entirely sure. But as a one-time thing, it made sense. I'll just say that.
Yeah, At first, I kind of liked the segment. I've just kind of like grown on and on about it. I'm starting to dislike the segment more and more. I mean, this is supposed to be a blood feud between the two, and you've got them doing silly skits. And fun fact, I would like to point out, I think he was in the same office as Braun Strowman because those doctors' offices look really similar.
I didn't even think of that. And they did them almost back to back.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what we didn't see, but now I'm reading and I was afraid of, another thing I don't like about this feud is the use of Renee Young on commentary. Apparently, Corey Graves asked Renee about Ambrose, and she responded, "You know just as well as I do that he's a complicated guy. It's hard to get inside the head of him. I live with the guy. I don't always know what he's thinking about. So sorry, I don't always have an answer for you guys." This is about the 4th or 5th week in a row. Ever since he turned heel, they keep at, because the night of the Roman thing, they broke kayfabe and said, hey, you know Roman really well because you're married to Ambrose and you guys have been traveling together. Ever since that, it's been kayfabe that they are married. And every week since the heel turn, they have turned to Renee and said, what do you know about this? And every week she says, I don't know. What does that further with the storyline? It furthers nothing. Just doing it week after week after week. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I liked it better when they didn't even acknowledge that they were married.
Yeah, I can't really say anything else there.
Lucha House Party.
Can we skip this Can we skip this part? I'm just kidding.
This was good in-ring action.
Yes.
But just
Because all 3 members of Lucha are very good.
Yeah.
And the Revival are very good.
I just hate their house rules. It's
Also,
stupid.
the Revival compared wrestling to golf. Anyone else catch that?
Yeah.
I saw it and everyone was just like, what?
It was stupid. That was definitely a Fed line. Yeah, this was stupid. They fought under Lucha House rules again, which is just ridiculous. The baby faces with the 3-on-2 advantage. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I thought that was a heel thing.
It's supposed to be a heel thing. And the New Day has always made it work. The New Day have always, the third guy never gets involved unless the heels try to cheat, and they
Right.
stop them from cheating. That's the perfect way to do it. But when you have a clear 3-on-2 advantage in a match, that's stupid. It's stupid.
And like it just makes everyone look stupid because I was watching Simon Miller on it just to see what they said like on commentary or something.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the Revival, you look stupid because you go demand for the match with the 10. Okay, we don't want it to be Lucha House rules, and then you find out right when you get to the ring, makes them look dumb. Then whoever signed off on that match, assuming it was Corbin.
Apparently Corbin doesn't like it. They were saying that Corbin doesn't
Yeah.
like the Lucha House. So who's signing off on the match? Is it Stephanie? Does Stephanie? Kayfabe, it makes no sense. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Kalisto had a loot llama. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, he did.
That was funny.
That made me entertained. Yeah. No, and like I said, like they're in their finishing sequence where they all hit some high flying flippy stuff, and it's really fun. It's very entertaining. The Lince Dorado shooting star press is beautiful.
Yep.
But I just can't get into it. It's stupid. Speaking of, next we had a Nia Jax in-ring promo.
Oh my god.
This was fun to boo live. This was very fun to hear her.
She should
describe.
never have. She should never have a microphone again.
No, and this needed to be pre-taped. This was terrible. This needed to be pre-taped. They mentioned on a couple of reviews that I was watching that they mentioned how the crowd was just audibly not interested in what she was saying. We were chanting over what she was saying, and apparently even when we weren't chanting, it just sounded like we were just talking amongst ourselves. Like apparently no one was interested in this at all, and I don't blame anyone. This was terrible. This was just bad. I don't even remember what she says, to be honest. They showed the replay of her punching Becky again. Jax says...
I like to point out her character. I saw this somewhere, but her character is literally her being bad at her job.
Yes.
Her character is literally her being bad at her job. I can't wrestle correctly. I bet you guys hate me for it.
Jax says the Raw roster was thankful for her for leading Team Raw to victory and for breaking Becky Lynch's face. And then bragged about giving her a concussion. she moved on to Ronda Rousey, and then a very light "you can't wrestle" chant started. That was our section.
Yep.
Those the couple sections are.
Wait, it's on the
us.
website?
Yeah, it's on wrestle.
Nice.
It literally
We
says
made it.
a very light "you can't wrestle" chant started.
I would like to point out
That
that,
was
I think
awesome.
the second time I was watching the Elias match back, you can kind of hear.
Yeah, no, I asked my buddies because we all didn't sit next together. I asked my buddies, and apparently there were a couple of those chants, like 3 or 4 of them, and I told them, hey, 2 of those were us starting that.
Yeah. We were right next to that.
That was
funny.
fun. God,
That
this
section
segment.
to the right though was pretty good. I like those guys.
This
Yeah.
segment is way too long. I'm looking. It's like 3 paragraphs on here.
I think she also said something like how she's like the force to be reckoned with or something. That
She did
that,
a really bad Ronda impersonation.
yeah, that.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, on the face breaker. Ronda Rousey's gonna save the day or whatever she said. I don't know.
I'm gonna read this word for word. Mercifully, Ronda Rousey interrupted.
She did get a good pop.
She
got a
saved.
great
She
pop.
saved the segment right there.
And that's why people were worried that she was gonna get booed off of the Charlotte thing. I knew she wasn't going to because she's feuding with Nia.
Yes, people hate Nia Jax. So.
Rousey began talking but paused to let the crowd chant for her. Again, that was us. Rousey said it wasn't bad luck that Jax earned a title shot, or it wasn't luck that she earned the title shot, but it was lucky that her punch. What? But it was lucky that her punch just so happened to hit the right person. That's right. Because she said something about if the punch would have hit her. I don't remember. It was not a good line anyway. Rousey said she would rip off Jax's arm and then slap Charlotte Flair across the face with it. Great line. And then she said she is always ready to fight and challenged Jax to a fight right now. And then Jax went on another long promo talking about how she just washed Lynch's blood off her hands. That's gross. Haven't washed your hands in 3 weeks, Nia. That's disgusting.
You guys hear me yell
D-
that
d-
too?
d-
I
like-
was like, that's unsanitary.
Nia, do you take a shower, girl?
real.
Like that's gross.
I finally just watched you.
Jax says she wasn't making excuses. She was just stalling for time. And as she said she was stalling for time, that's when Tamina started walking. It was terrible timing. And Tamina
it's
should have
just like
walked earlier.
Just the logic should have just been.
It was terrible.
If you're Nia Jax in that situation, Ronda's clearly turned. Like, wouldn't you talk like Tamina? Hey, jump.
And
Ronda
plus,
when you get the opportunity.
Ronda's back was turned to Tamina the entire time. You didn't have to stall for time. Tamina could have just attacked her at any second. It was
That's
terrible.
That's like when a villain in a superhero movie spills the plot before like he does it, and then.
Now, there was a good 5 seconds of this segment, a solid 5 seconds, where as Tamina's going to attack Ronda, Natalia's music hits and she runs to the ring. As she runs to the ring, she did get a decent pop. It wasn't me, but it was some people. As she's running to the ring, immediately out come the Riot Squad from, I think, under the ring. I couldn't see them
Or the
until they were
crowd?
already
I
out.
don't know.
I don't know where they came from.
Yeah.
But they started running, and they met her at the ramp, and they attacked her. But then Ronda left the ring because apparently Tamina just let her leave the ring, and she helped fend off the Riot Squad. So then the segment ended with the Riot Squad on the top of the ramp being defeated, Ronda helping Natalya up, and Nia and Tamina just standing in the ring for no reason. And then the segment ended and they went to commercial. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Backstage, we had Drake Maverick saying that the fans have never really faced fear like when he went face-to-face with a 7-foot giant. He said fear makes cowards out of everyone, and he wanted Chad Gable and Bobby Roode to experience that tonight. And then Akam and Razar said, laugh now, cry later. Then Kiz jokingly turned to me and said, they can talk? And I said, yeah, they tried that for a little bit without Drake Maverick. So yes, then, God, I don't want to talk about this segment either. Oh my God. AOP versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode.
I would like to point out that at the start of this match, I turned to Connor and Tyler. I stayed for the entrances, but as soon as the bell rang, I'm like, that's for the Raw Tag Team Championships, right? And Connor's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the snack bar.
Yeah.
Place. And then I went, and I got me a nice pork sandwich. Great quality.
The highlight of this match.
$12 later.
The highlight of this match was seeing Bobby Roode's entrance live. That was the highlight of this. I don't even know. We're just gonna skip right to the end.
Drake Maverick beat on Bobby Roode.
Yeah. So as Bobby took his robe off at the beginning of the match and handed it to the stagehand, and Drake Maverick immediately took it from him, and he's looking at it for like 5 minutes. Eventually, he puts it on during the match, and then he's running around the outside of the ring with it. And then he eventually runs up to the ramp, and he does the glorious thing. I actually did it because it's fun. And then Bobby's distracted, whatever. And then Maverick just runs to the back. Just ran to the back. First of all, that puts your team at a disadvantage because now you're not out there managing them. Bobby could care less about his robe. He'll get it later. That was stupid. And then, literally, I think it was a couple minutes later, I turned to someone and I said, "Where's Drake Maverick?" And they went, "Oh, God, I forgot about him." Because he was gone for like 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, he comes back up on the Titantron while Rude and Gable have the advantage. And he's in the bathroom, and he says, "Oh, this is a really nice robe. It'd be a shame if something happened to it." And he throws it over the toilet. He stomps on it a little bit so it goes in the water. And then he turns his back to the camera. And Drake Maverick pees on the robe. And then this causes Akam hits Bobby into Chad. Chad's down on the ground. Then they hit their whatever neck breaker powerbomb on Bobby Roode. 1, 2, 3. They retain the titles.
At least AOP won.
But now they're a joke.
Yeah.
They're just an absolute joke. Raw's tag team division is an absolute joke. Because you have the Revival losing to Babyfaces 3-on-2. You have Chad and Bobby, who are not a real tag team, who are eventually going to break up.
If Jason Jordan does ever come back from his neck injury, which is another name that has been on the shelf for a while, they need to just reform American Alpha.
I agree.
About Kurt Angle being Kurt Angle's son.
Just move Shelton. Move Shelton back to Raw.
Yeah.
Have them do that. That worked too. I don't even care. Because he's not doing anything on SmackDown. Yeah, that was terrible. They announced some things for SmackDown. Oh, backstage we had Alexa Bliss trying to make good with Sasha and Bayley. And then Alexa just announced that they're going to do an open forum, and Sasha and Bayley are going to answer questions from the WWE Universe. Bayley said she wanted nothing to do with another "This Is Your Life" thing. Good throwback to that terrible segment. Good callback to that. Yeah. So then she just said she wanted the fans to get to know them a little better. And then we had a Finn Balor selfie promo. They need to get rid of those. He understood.
I would like to point out that it's not even a selfie promo.
No.
Because
you just stick your arm out and put it by the camera. It's not with a real phone. It's
Oh, it's not?
No.
I thought it was this whole time.
Nope.
Wow.
They don't move. Sometimes, I think with the mixed match challenge, I think it is, because it seems like they might move. But when you actually look at it, it's a still shot. He's just got his arm out. I think they just hold the camera.
Oh.
And they get close to it.
Hey, make it look like you're taking a selfie, so that way, we look like we're cool with the times.
Balor understood that there would be consequences if he didn't side with Corbin, but he's going to anyway. He says people thought he was jeopardizing his career by standing up to Corbin. I said, what career? Ever since the injury, they obviously don't trust him, so might as well jeopardize it. And then he said he would stand up and fight for what he believes in, what he believes is the right side of history. We'll get to the Finn Balor stuff. Ember Moon defeated Alicia Fox. This was weird. This was good. Tyler's just leaving. He's like, there's nothing good to talk about. No, I enjoyed seeing the Eclipse live. That was dope. And we also, during a commercial, I think, Kurt Hawkins came out.
Yeah, I don't know when that was. I think
it was during commercial or something, because they came back from commercial and they put Ember's music back on. So I think they just,
okay.
Yeah. But Kurt is Braun Strowman's replacement in Mixed Match Challenge. So Ember's not winning. Depressing. And Jinder and the Singh brothers were with Alicia. But yeah, Ember won with an Eclipse. Ember's being wasted.
Yeah, right now she is. I still have optimism for her. I think she'll get it going eventually. Just right now, I guess it's not the time. I don't know.
Ever since they had her lose to Tamina live on Raw,
Oh.
I was like, well, that's the end of Ember.
And then Jinder stayed out there, and No Way Jose came out. Pretty fun to see No Way, I'm not going to lie. It was pretty fun.
It was very fun being the only guy in that entire arena dancing to No Way Jose. I feel kind of bad for the people behind me because they're like, God, this guy just does not stop at
Right.
all.
But
Even with how bad it was going, I was like, nope, pushing through it.
Jinder beat him quickly with the Colossus. This was No Way Jose's first match since July. Great call-up.
Yeah.
Really.
Those of you listening know how bad this was.
There was a sponsored video package of Booker T and Goldust, which was the highlight of Raw so far.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. Elias was that's pretty funny. Rollins came to the ring, welcomed everyone to Monday Night Rollins. He said
The best part of the show.
This was good. He said he wants to do his best and be a fighting champion because he hasn't been himself lately. He said he's done chasing Ambrose around, and no amount of vaccinations is going to make him immune to Rollins. This feud had so much potential. Anyway, Rollins knew that that Ambrose was probably lurking around somewhere, but he didn't care because he's going to do the open challenge. Who answers the open challenge? The stupid record scratch, Dolph Ziggler. This match, this pairing has happened 18 times in the year of 2018.
Really?
If you turn on an episode of Monday Night Raw, you have a 62% chance of seeing this match in some way, shape, or form. In a tag team, a singles match, 6-man.
Good God.
It was still a good match. Come on. It was the best match of the night, easily.
It was a good match, but this pairing has turned into that really good radio song where it's overplayed and you're starting to get sick of it. Of course it was good. It was good for the last 2 minutes because it's Seth Rollins. The end of a good Seth Rollins match will always be good.
I think the entire match was good. Maybe it's just me.
I
but-
like the in-ring psychology where Ziggler was trying to get Rollins to chase him around the ring, and then Rollins faked like he was going in, and Ziggler missed with that elbow drop. I really like that spot.
Yeah, those were during commercial though.
It was?
Yeah. So they didn't even see that on TV.
What?
No, okay, what is it with WWE and rest holds? Why do they have to use them? Every heel has to use a rest hold for half of the match.
Get the crowd back into it.
But it doesn't. It puts the crowd to sleep. All we do is clap, and then that fades, and then we don't get into it until...
I think it gets them more energized for the comeback or whatever. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
They're unnecessary.
Okay, honest question. So I was talking that possibly Bray Wyatt could have been the one to call. What I don't like about yes, it's redundant, but the fact that they advertised it for a day and a half, and it was who's gonna be the person to accept it, and I felt so flat.
Do you remember?
I was drumming up Bray Wyatt so much.
I was strumming up EC3.
They could even done something let's say they don't have the tag team match, which they didn't need.
No.
To do. They could have saved it for another. Do you imagine Chad Gable or Bobby Roode being you want to know what? I'll challenge you for the Intercontinental.
Do you remember John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge?
Mm-hmm.
They brought up Kevin Owens. They brought Dean Ambrose answered a couple times. Zack Ryder got a good match out of John Cena.
They could even done Zack Ryder if he was on Main Event or Titus O'Neil.
Any one of those guys.
Tyler
Prince
Breeze.
Pretty would have been amazing. But they just
Sami
give us
Zayn.
this same match that we've seen over and over. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Seth won with the Falcon Arrow, which was cool. I like that they did that. But yeah, the end sequence was good. It's always good. Nothing happened for the first 13 to 14 minutes, but the action was very good after that. I liked that Rollins won with the Falcon Arrow spot. Those are the notes off of Wrestling Observer. And then we got the open forum with Banks and Bailey. They had one plant to ask one question, and that was if you could change anything in the women's division, what would it be? Sasha said she would move Alexa back to SmackDown. They already have a female GM over there. And then Bailey said, no, I wouldn't move you. There's nothing. She said, I wouldn't change anything. I like the women's evolution right now. I thought they were going to bring up tag title belts, but I keep getting my hopes up with that, and that's never going to happen.
I don't think there's enough depth in the division.
Just do one set of belts between both brands.
The problem is, just think of like all like the redundant storylines that they've had, where like it's just been like Natalia versus Riot Squad for months.
Right, but think about all the teams. You have what was Absolution with Rose and Deville. You have Banks and Bailey. You have Nia Jax and Tamina. You have the Iconics. You have Ember Moon, not Ember Moon. Asuka and Naomi. That's at least 5 teams there. That's more than Raw has as. Yeah, the Icon. Yeah, that's almost as. That is as many tag teams as Raw actually has for the men's division. I don't know. I think it would add another layer to the women's storylines, but whatever.
But women's like outside of, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to call like Natalia versus Riot Squad a feud because it's just been never ending. But
I think I hope it's done now. Although no, they attacked her tonight.
They've done like a good feud where it hasn't been about a belt. Like it would just be like women's storyline chasing after belts instead of like.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm with Cal on this one.
All right, fair enough.
I say wait for a little bit longer.
Right.
I think they would need to get more females on the roster.
Which
first.
I think is coming because they have a lot of talent on NXT right now.
But that's just really. But another problem though is that you would start overcrowding. There wouldn't be enough time.
You could have one feud for the actual belt, one feud for each belt on each show, one feud on each show that isn't for a belt, and then one feud interconnected.
Right, which is I think is overcrowding. I think
that's
taking up too much time.
Name a Raw woman who wasn't on the show last night. You can't because everyone was on the show.
Right.
That's overcrowding. The fact that they had two women's segments and there were 10 women in each segment. Alicia Fox was on the show twice.
Yeah, because they're shorthanded.
It's stupid. So just do one-on-one feuds. Quit doing the.
And Dana Brooke wrestled at Starrcade
as a face with Sasha and Bailey, and then attack Sasha and Bailey. So that's what I was just about to get to. That after the question, Mickie James, Alicia, and Dana jumped them from behind. Bailey and Banks quickly fought them off, and Bliss left. Terrible segment. Crowd turned on it quickly.
Which led
yes, we did.
to a dark match after the show.
Yeah, right. But TV didn't get to see that, so another. It's just ridiculous. And then we ended the show with what was originally a one-on-one match, Corbin versus Balor. But as Balor was making his comeback, Corbin got on the mic and said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is a handicap match." Drew McIntyre came out, and they beat the ever-living crap out of Finn Balor. I don't even remember where it ended, to be honest. McIntyre came out. Balor wiped him out with a flip, then gave Corbin a running drop kick. However, McIntyre leveled Balor, from behind, pushed him back into the ring, hit him with a Claymore for the win. There you go. Immediately afterwards, Lashley came out, gave Balor a Dominator. Corbin gave him the end of days. McIntyre finished him with another Claymore. And the heels posed to end the show. More heel heat. Why not have the faces get up their hand at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, that's a good question.
They
are really lacking in that department right now. Too.
WWE just can't build baby faces.
Well, and that's all. And you mentioned it too. That's also what happens when you build a couple up for such a long time, and then suddenly they go down, and then you're left with.
And even the ones you had built, everyone was booing Roman Reigns. And Braun Strowman was flip-flopping back and forth, and he's even losing. I don't personally enjoy him that much anymore as much as I used to.
The only great face they have right now in the men's department right now is Seth Rollins.
Yep.
On the Raw side.
Which it looks like the plans are to build him back up and make him the top star again, so hopefully. Final thoughts?
Fun to go to live because I got the boo, but thank God I didn't have to watch this on TV.
I agree.
On TV or on my phone because I would have skipped a lot of it. But yeah, man.
My final.
Thank you everyone for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Give us a follow on Twitter. Links in the description down below. And make sure you listen to our podcast, First Round KO, on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher.
Until next time, peace.